Okay, we've got 4 signs left to do. Who's it gonna be? Virgo. Man, they're just compelled to make my sign last, aren't they? Virgo, it's your turn. This is your August general read. Now, if you're here watching tarot, first of all, check out the description box for more details on everything you need to know, including the fact that I do not do personal readings. If I decide to do them, I will announce it here. In addition to that, if you're watching tarot videos, then you may believe in other esoteric things, such as the fact that I am clairaudient, clairsentient, and claircognizant. If I hear ringing on my right-hand side, it's usually messages from people that I know that have passed on. If I hear ringing on my left, it'll be messages from my spirit guides. We're going to do a past, present, future spread for you today using the Rackham Tarot. And I think I've already said it a couple times for other signs, but you would think that by now, at 24 years of reading tarot, that I would know which Roman numerals are for each of the the major arcana. I don't, and this deck is very loosely based on the Rider-Waite, and so the depictions on the cards do not necessarily match up. So bear with me. Well, it's just not. It's not something that I'm great at with these because they're not as conventional. They are, but they aren't. So anyway, I will read dignities, but I'm not going to clarify. Also, I will use some magnetic poetry for you, so you'll get that at least. But we're going to do, again, a past, present, future spread. So I will pull down the dignities as we move through. That wasn't a nice man. I didn't like that. Let's try it one more time. Okay. And twist for fairness for you. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Virgo, please also check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. If you don't know what your rising sign is, you'll need to know what time you were born, because every 2 hours during the day of your birth, that changes. You can run your natal chart to find that out. In the past for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Songs that I heard were Give Me the Mic by Limp Bizkit, Linger by the Cranberries, Ampersand by Amanda Palmer. You're not going to live your life on one side of an ampersand. That's too many. When they fall or they flip, that's when I take them, and I will not take more than 3 when they fall or flip. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, past energy for you. I'm going to try and get the rest of this done tonight. I highly doubt I will, but because I've been doing tarot all day. Okay, 3 of Swords in the reverse, healing from heartbreak. Healing after heartbreak for you there. That's pretty straightforward and simple. You're calming distraught energy that came from the heartbreak. Sorry, that's really annoying. Super annoying. Got some antennas to hell happening there. Very, very straightforward on that. We also have the Page of Pentacles here for you. Or sorry, Page of Swords. That's watching energy for the purposes of learning your, can also consider that stalker energy. Some people consider it to be stalker energy. Here, I consider it, you might be healing and learning something about your healing, or discovering something about yourself, or studying others and how they get through some of their adversity, and it's helping you to heal. Yeah. There's that, do you have to let it linger? It could also be that you're watching somebody else and it's just killing you. Seeing how they're kind of getting over you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that? It's like, you know, bang your head against the wall, see if it still hurts. Yeah? Yeah. What else, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You might also be a Virgo Libra cusp. Okay. Okay, movement forward, change of address. Classically, the Chariot is my change of address card, but here it looks like movement forward. You are moving on very slowly, or you've watched somebody else move on, like I just said. You're seeing somebody move on a little quicker than you would have hoped. Okay. 12. Hangman energy. In the reverse, though, you gain perspective on something. Maybe you felt that they were more important to you, or something that you were upset over was more important to you than it actually was. Could very well be, you know. It could also be that you gain perspective, and therefore it's made it easier for you to move on. Again, you know, this Chariot card, I know that it's movement forward movement and stuff like that, but I always see the Chariot as a change of address. So you could very well be moving address. You gain perspective on something, and that's why you're deciding to move addresses. I don't know. We'll see what else we got here. Is it 3? It is 3. 1, 2, and then we put the other one down in the present. Okay, so card 11, Justice. Yeah, you could be that Virgo Libra cusp that I was talking about. There's something here about equilibrium, gaining balance in yourself. You might feel that you've gotten justice out of something. It could very, it might be that you're healing. Oh man, are you taking joy in somebody's misfortune, and that's what's helping you to move on? Or it's like the perspective that you gained is that you were better off without somebody by watching them, and that's what's helping you to heal? Like you got justice in the end? Kind of feeling that in a way. There's something here though about the equality, the balance. If you look, the balance here of this card. Gaining balance where you were once unbalanced in your emotions. Yeah, exercising self-love. You're seeing where there is wish fulfillment on the horizon also. And maybe that is a part of the justices served to you in moving on. And the perspective that you've gained. Plenty of fish in the sea. Could also be realizing that when you exercise the proper self-love, that you can then extend that out to others, you know? There's something here about that. But there's a wish fulfillment on the horizon that you're seeing. You're seeing that you can get your wish after all of an emotional nature. But this is in the past, of course. But then, in the present for you, Virgo, the new beginnings in a relationship sense, this could be helping you. This is the worst thing that you could ever do, and everybody always says don't do it. So there's this old adage that we always talk about: the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. Don't do that. But there is a sense of something new on the emotional horizon coming in for you during the present, new beginnings of an emotional nature. Could even be just a friendship. But typically, what we see here is, with the Ace of Cups, is a new romantic stirring in the heart. Yeah. It's lit a fire under you. You see? It sets your world aglow in some way. It's somebody that has been watching you, or that you've been watching. Somebody who's kept an eye on you through your healing journey. Okay. Virgo. In the present, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What else do we have? What else is cooking for you? Okay, so poeticism, romanticism, romantic action moving towards you, or you becoming a knight in shining armor for somebody, or somebody riding in with that rescuer energy towards you. But it's very poetic. It's very, like I said, that knight in shining armor energy is usually, it's Cancerian energy also. that I always read for the Knight of Cups. But this is that romantic action, that poetic, noble action that we see in the minor arcana with the Knight of Cups. There are lovely words, music, reciting poetry. I always get, you know, it's the guy with the flowers and the chocolates and all that kind of stuff like that. Maybe not a guy. You know, if you're a guy watching this stuff, it might be the other way around. It might be a girl or same sex, right? What else? Virgo? Definitely Cancerian energy. Yeah, this is somebody's Cancer strongly figuring in their chart, because we have the Chariot and we have that Knight of Cups. Some people would say it's Piscean energy because of the fish in this card, but no, I'm not seeing it as that. What else? I still see, you know, there's still caution here. Don't do your healing through starting another relationship, because I'm not seeing a Four of Swords here. And that doesn't, you gain some perspective, but how did you gain that perspective? Because what I'm seeing here is that the perspective is gained through some other form. It's not necessarily healing. I'm not seeing any healing cards here except for the Three of Swords in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this is independence, but it's a loss of independence. Yeah, this is what I was saying. Don't heal old relationship wounds by getting with somebody else, because now what we're seeing is a lack of independence. This could also be why we're seeing that rescuer energy here, is that you feel somebody needs you, so you're riding in. And if somebody needs you, you like to be needed. I got that for Libra during their reading too, that they like to be needed. But the perspective is that you like that sense of being needed. And maybe somebody was far too independent. That's not healthy energy to sit in, I wouldn't say. But there's also a warning here in the present not to sit in codependent energy. Don't be one of the players on the stage of the trauma triangle. Yeah, rescuer, aggressor, victim. You know, you're always playing one of the three in that dynamic, and the other person in a relationship's playing one of the other three, because then somebody else gets pulled in to be the other person in that triangle, right? So, anyway. Keep going. Sweet, the hell you man. Third of the deck. The only other thing I could say is that in your movement forward from the past, you might have realized the error in your ways was a lack of independence on one or the other party's part. That could be the perspective that you gained, and that could be the balance that you're trying to bring to new relationships through exercising self-love. Like not exercising self-sacrifice in current relationships, not losing your independence. It's a warning not to lose your independence. Now let's Virgo. Okay, the stars. Aquarian energy. Holding out for a long-term vision or a goal, gaining perspective on what your long-term vision and goal is. It's also having faith in something greater, the grander scheme of things that is written in the stars. Understanding your destiny. Also healing energy, still healing. There's our first healing card, you know. Maybe that's the step in healing that you needed to take, was realizing that you need to prevent yourself from self-sacrifice or losing your sense of independence in connections, which would mean that you absolutely would be a Virgo Libra cusper, because Libra is always focusing on the other as opposed to the self. Yeah, this is the balance that you need to achieve, and this is the perspective that you have gained. Okay. with Five of Cups in the reverse. You are exercising gratitude for what you have learned and exercising gratitude for your ability to focus on the future and the vision for the future. You have gratitude for what you still have, which is a healthy sense of self-love and a healthy focus on a long-term goal and vision, and the ability to maintain faith despite the slings and arrows. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, balance. You have 2 balance cards. I told you, you're probably a Virgo Libra. You got Virgo Libra cusp, because this is a Libra card. Right, kitty corner to our Justice card. Ensuring that you achieve and maintain balance. You have gratitude that somebody has given you something, or somebody is exercising gratitude towards you for something that you've given them. But there's balance in this. You come into balance of some sort. What you're willing to sacrifice and what you're willing to give and take of yourself towards a connection. In the future for you, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And what is fair? What is fair? Virgo, in the future. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sorry. Oh my goodness. My hair's getting really long. It's getting in the way. Virgo. No, that's too many. Talk to me, Virgo. Okay. Eight of Cups. Okay, but in the future you're deciding to walk away from something, and knowing that there's something that has to do with the greater plan, the greater scheme of things. Eight of Cups. Walking away from something that would have been a great emotional fulfillment in search of something greater, in search of something bigger and grander. Has to do with the scheme in the stars. Something that is of greater romanticism to you. Yeah, because it lacked the investment that you were hoping it would embody. You weren't willing to invest in it much more than you already had. There was a lack of equilibrium in who was investing what. Somebody was losing themselves in it. Somebody was losing their independence, or they didn't have independence. But you did, vice versa. There's anxiety, sleepless nights, worry. You're still worried? Are you losing faith in the long-term goal? Long-term vision? This can also be the grief bed or the sick bed. Being up at night, worrying over things that you're still in search of. Because for you, you still are holding on to that dream. What you know to be out there. You're still seeking it. That keeps you up at night. I'll take this one. That's too many. Seven of Swords. You're worried that you're always okay. So part of the other thing is that you felt there was treachery. Something was being kept from you, or things were going on. There were goings on behind your back. Things being hidden from you. Do you feel that this deep-seated goal, the far-off distant goal in the future, is always going to elude you? You're grateful for what's been granted to you, but this thing that you're fixated on having will always remain distant. It'll always be just outside of your reach. You're worried that it will. You have anxiety that that's always going to be the case. That you never will be able to grasp it. You can see it, but you can't grab it. What else, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. 3. You're getting a lot of people getting the 3 at the end. 6 of Swords in the reverse. No movement forward. You're not moving on from it. You're holding on to it tight. You're not sailing away from it. You're not escaping it. You're holding true to that vision. This is also a delay in a trip over water that you were expecting that you were going to be going on in the future. And then a dropping of burdens. Dropping a responsibility of sort, unburdening yourself of the responsibility to do so. You might completely abandon the trip that was in delay altogether. And then our King of Pentacles, stability, Taurus energy. A lack of stability. Because of a lack of stability, you decide not to go on this specific trip. You feel it's unbalanced. There's a lack of balance in the situation. You would prefer to stay where you can remain on an even keel. This is a fast one. Pretty straightforward. 21 minutes. Okay, yeah, you're in a prison of your own making. You're keeping yourself trapped. This is a mental prison. This is the idea that you're stuck somewhere. These are twigs keeping Hansel in that cage. He's holding out a bone to show how he's not getting fat with the witch there. And she can't see so well, so she's touching that and thinks that he's not growing any thicker. You know what I mean? But the bone is actually probably as thick as the cage that she's keeping him locked in. He can definitely break out of there of his own volition. You're keeping yourself trapped. Could it be that there's impossible idealism happening here? Potentially. Like a feeling that nothing is good enough for you, so you walk away from things that would be emotionally fulfilling. There wasn't enough investment in this one. I was sacrificing too much of myself in this one. This person was off kilter. This person lacked the independence. This person wasn't romantic enough. This was this. This was this. There's stuff going, you know. It just kind of seems like there's always something here. You're holding up for something that's up in the stars. And you're looking at it, you're looking to it to be your saving grace, to be your healing, to be the sun, moon, and stars. That's an awful lot to expect out of a human, you know? But you're still holding out for it. Even though the anxiety and fear and the restlessness in the night that it's eluded you, or always will elude you, is prevalent in the future. You even are quite excited about something beginning during the present that just doesn't seem to stay with you through the future. I don't know if that's of a romantic nature. There's a lot of cups here, sure, hell of a lot of cups here for it to not be, but there's also a lot of pentacles here as well. This was a real quick one. This was super straightforward. Let's get your magnetic poetry. What do we got? Mix them up so you don't end up with something that you've already gotten. Okay. Okay, that's your person of very few words this time around, Virgo. There you go. All right, well, that's what I've got for you. Sorry. I'm gonna be real popular, real unpopular with you now. Okay, all right, cool. Well, take care of yourself and hold on to that vision, but don't be so picky that you, you know, yeah. Huh. That's what I got. Enjoy your time this time around, Virgo. All right. You have your board. Super easy to see. Super easy to read. Okay. All right. Bye.